New York, Channel 7. Smartest way to a woman's heart, the glamorous Ben Russ Embraceable Bracelet Watch from $49.50, 9 p.m. Ben Russ Watch Time.
Listen to the Libby Auction-Aire.
That's 20 of the fire, the 20 of the fire, will you do it?
Listen to the Libby word of cheer.
That's 20 of the fire, the 20 of the fire, do we hear it?
Watch that man with the gavel in his hand. Stock your pantry with the Libby brand. He makes a fruit cocktail, corned beef hash, tomato juice with the extra dash. Tear off the labels and use them like cash. Join the fun and bid for a wonderful prize. When the program starts, the Auction-Aire cries.
20 of the fire once, 20 of the fire twice, 20 of the fire the third time, y'all done sold.
By the Libby Auction-Aire.
And welcome to Libby's Auction-Aire. You don't need money. All you need is Libby labels in your possession, which have been purchased from a retail grocer. You don't even have to be here to bid. Just phone your local number, which we'll give you again in a minute. Our operators will relay the highest bids by direct line to our stage in New York, where the high bid will always be shown on the Libby label meter. Right after the program, a bonded representative will visit the highest bidders to collect the labels and arrange for delivery of the prizes. Remember, you must have the labels in your possession. If the highest bidder does not have the labels bid, the prize goes to the next highest bidder. Also, we'll be calling you people at home to give you an opportunity to try to identify our mystery chant and win our jackpot prize, this beautiful new Chrysler sedan. Now, our phone numbers once more. Write down the number in your city. In New York, Chickering 47350. In Boston, Copley 72121. In Philadelphia, Locust 73356. In Baltimore, Mohawk 8500. In Washington, Executive 7240. And now, the man the whole nation will be bidding for, the Libby Auctioneer, Jack Gregson.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and gee whiz, we've got more prizes to bid for tonight than you could just possibly shake a stick at. And to give you an example of exactly what I mean, I'd like you to show you the first one because, believe me, it is a beauty.
Ah, you bet it is, Jack. It's the new Westinghouse laundromat that takes the work out of wash day. It washes, rinses, and damp dries your clothes, then shuts itself off. Your laundromat does the work while you go to a movie or to the market for those fine Libby foods. It also has the exclusive water saver for greater economy. This Westinghouse laundromat is worth $300.
How much did you say it was worth, Glenn?
$300.
$425. Now give me a bid to start it. How much, anybody? All right, now you folks at home, remember now, get the number on your town. Call that number. Call it in. We'll receive it here. You folks here, get your labels ready and give me a bid to start it. How much, anybody? Come on, now give me 50. Got it over there now, 100. 100. I have 100 and 150 right over here now, 200. At 150, I want 200. I got 200 now, 2.5. At 300 right down there now, 4. You have it? She has it. I have 400 there. I want 5. Anybody give me a half then? At 400 now, 450. At 400, 450 labels. 500 right down here now, the half. 500. Be sure and have your labels. We want to count them. 500. Now give me 5 1/4 then. At $500 now, 5 1/4. 500 Libby labels. I have 500 in Washington. I have 500 and I want 5 1/4. At 500, are you all done? Are you all through at 500? What did you say? 5 1/4 right down here. Now 5 1/2. At 5 1/4. You have it, Boston. All right, now 35 then. 525, 535. Will you do that? 535, now 50. At 535, are you all done? You have your labels with you, sir, and you know they're counted. I want 5 1/2. I got it right over there. Now 600. At 500, 600. On 575, Philadelphia. Now 600. Are you all through? 600 right down there. Now and a half. 6 1/4 right behind me. Now and a half. 6 1/4 over here. Now and a half. 6 1/2. I got it now. 7. 75 there. 6. She had 75. Yeah. Now 85. Make it 685. You betcha. For the Westinghouse Laundromat. Are you all done? Sold to this man right down here now. Hold it just 1 minute. This man gets it, providing there is no larger bid on our telephones, right? Okay, let's check our cities. Your bid was 675, right? 685. That's what I have in the crowd. The highest bid in New York is what?
1,600.
1,600. All right, there's our phone bid, 1,600. What about Boston?
900.
900, not high enough. Philadelphia?
1,100.
1,100, not high enough. New York is high with 1,600. Baltimore? 500, not high enough.
1,050.
1,050. It is sold New York for 1,600. The Westinghouse Laundromat. Get the person's name if you can.
Clifford Bloomberg.
Clifford Bloomberg. Where does Mr. Bloomberg live? Do you have his address?
482 South 9th Street, Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn. Good enough. Well, something good happened in Brooklyn today. All right, then. Tell me this, if you will. Does Mr. Bloomberg have his labels at his home now?
Hey.
They must be at his home. They are in his home, all right. Our bonded representative will go out there and check his labels in just a few moments, and he will also receive his Westinghouse Laundromat, and good luck to Mr. Bloomberg, huh? How about that? All right, now, our second auction in line is this lovely keepsake diamond ring. It is worth $100. It's a genuine diamond ring, and it is registered. Give me a bid to start it. How much? Anybody. Now, you can bid at home, too. You folks at home, get on those telephones. I'll give you as much time as I possibly can. Give me a bid for the diamond. I have 100 right down here. 150. How many, honey? 150, she said. Now 200. At 200, I have it right here, an hour and a half. For the diamond ring. At 250, back in there. Now 300. At 275 then. 275, I got it now 3. At 300. This man's been trying to buy all night long, and he's just going to die if he doesn't get something. Let's sell it to him, providing there's not a higher bid. Now wait it. Hold it. I'll check our phones. Your bid was what? 275. Let me check our phones. In New York City, your highest bid is what?
200.
200. Out. How about Boston?
550.
550. Boston's high so far. Philadelphia. What's your highest bid in Philadelphia?
475.
Please say them out loud, honey. All right. Now, Baltimore, what's your highest bid? Baltimore, what's your... What? None yet. Washington.
750, Jack.
Washington got in and is sold to Washington for 750. Tell me, if you will, please, what is the gentleman's name or the lady's name in Washington?
The man's name is William Bigler.
Mr. Bigler. Where does Mr. Bigler live?
Well, I really don't have his address.
You don't have his address yet. But ask Mr. Bigler if he has his Libby labels right in the house with him, please. He must.
All right.
They must be there. He does have them?
Yes, he has.
Good enough. Then on his way to him real soon will be, of course, this genuine keepsake diamond ring. It is a honey. And on top of that, of course, we wish him good luck. Tell him to stay right with us and keep on bidding. Well, that's fine then. Washington has already bought one, and New York has bought something from us. Now, folks, all of you folks at home, as well as those of you here in our studio audience, you have already seen our 1949 Chrysler sedan. It's a royal, and boy, she's raring to go. Now, here's what we're going to do. We have been receiving by the hundreds cards from ladies and gentlemen all over the eastern states wanting to play our game with us. And this is this portion of our game. Rebel Randall, my girl on Fridays. has already chosen a name out of the fishbowl. The name is whom?
Mrs. Evelyn Cantor from Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, that's right, Mrs. Cantor. She wrote a little poem, too, didn't she?
No,
The other lady
other
did.
lady
All right,
did,
we'll
right.
get to her in a minute. And she lives where, Rebel?
Baltimore, Maryland.
All right. Hello. How are you, Miss Cantor? You're no relation to Eddie, are you? No, you're not, huh? You're watching your television screen now, Mrs. Cantor? Okay, Mrs. Cantor, here's the way we play our game. I have recorded an auctioneer's chant. I want you to listen to it in just a moment. I want you to try and add up the numbers that you hear me holler in this auctioneer's chant. If you can add them correctly, you win this 1949 Chrysler sedan. Are you all set to go? Here's the mystery chant.
At 20 to the 5, the 5, the 5, 20 to the 5, 21. Now 21, I got it now 2. Now 2, now 3, now 4. Now 4, now 5. 5, I got it and sold.
Never thought a man could talk so fast, did you, Mrs. Cantor? What's your total guess? Hurry, Mrs. Cantor. You say 145? I'm sorry, Mrs. Cantor, that is not the correct answer. However, we want you to have with our sponsors' best wishes a whole case of delightful Libby fruit cocktail. And thank you so much for calling, Mrs. Cantor. There she goes now. Folks, I'd like to remind all of you at home that here's all in the world you have to do to have a chance to win the 1949 Chrysler. Get a 1-penny postcard. A postcard. On it, write your name, your address, your telephone number, and the call letters of your local television station. Then send it to Libby Auction-Aire, in care of the American Broadcasting Company, New York City, New York. That's all in the world you have to do. I'll be back in just a second with some more auction items, but right for the moment, here is Glenn Riggs.
You know, when we tell you to look to Libby's for perfection, we mean you can do just that in every one of Libby's 100 famous foods. Not only that, but Libby packs such a complete line of fruits, vegetables, juices, canned meats and salmon, baby foods, pickles and condiments, and frozen foods that your family can virtually live on Libby's and have all the nourishment they need, plus tempting and well-balanced meals. For instance, here's just one day's menus. For breakfast, we have Libby's tomato juice and Libby's Vienna sausage, delicious with scrambled eggs. Yes, Libby's twice-rich tomato juice and Libby's tempting Vienna sausage, spiced just right, make a happy breakfast. Now, for luncheon, Libby's corned beef hash with all the savory beef juices sealed in. To make it even more tempting, Libby's spicing ketchup. And for dessert, there are Libby's pick-of-the-crop peaches. Ah, and here's dinner. From Libby's genuine deviled ham, we'll have a fluffy golden brown souffle. Libby's tender sweet June peas, Libby's sparkling red beets, and to make the family sit right up and cheer, a tender, flaky pumpkin pie made with Libby's deep golden pumpkin. Yes, day after day, meal after meal, you can always look to Libby's for perfection. When you go shopping tomorrow, remember to look for Libby's famous label. You can always look to Libby's for perfection.
Thank you, Glenn Riggs. And ladies and gentlemen, with 100 different fine foods served to you by Libby's, I don't think there's a chance in the world that you can't save enough labels to take part in our auction here every Friday night that comes into your home. Well, we're going right on with our auction now. This next one is going to be handled just a little bit differently. But first of all, to describe the item that we are actually going to be selling, let's let Glenn tell us about it again. Glenn?
It's a Tracy customized kitchen unit made of gleaming stainless steel. It's of sound-deadening construction, and all drawers glide on rollers. Plenty of handy drawer and cupboard space, and ample knee space, so you can sit comfortably at work. It's worth $230.
It's worth $230. Now, you folks at home, you cannot bid. On this particular item, you cannot bid. We're going to have one just especially for you folks at home in a second or so, but right now we're selling just to the folks here in the studio, and I'm going to sell it fast. Give me a bid. Start at how much for the kitchen? How much? 81. You can tell that's what she's got. You have 85. Now give me 100. 250 right over there. Now 300. At 275. Now 3. 500 right down here. I have 5 right here. 5.5, the man says. 600 right over here. Now 6.5. You got 6.5? 700, he says. Now, I have 700 here. 705, 7.5 you want. Now 800. 800, we got it. Now and a half. A half, now 9. Hey, we'll have an auction sale right here. 8.5, now 9. Will you give me 9? I got it now and a half. Will you give me the half? I got it now 10. At a half, right over there now 1,000. Will you do it? 1,000, I got it right over there now and a half. At a half, I got it now 1,100. 1,100, I got it now and a half. A half right over there now 12. Will you make it 12? And sold to this man right here. He's been trying. I had to sell it to him for 1,200 living labors. All right, come on up here. Come right on up here. In a hurry, if you will, please. Come right on over here by me, if you will. Look right out there at the... do you have all your labels?
Yes, sir.
You have them right here with you. Good enough. Rebel, will you take the man's labels? Count them, if you will, please.
Honest count, Jack.
All right. What's your name, sir?
McCormick.
Where are you from, Mr. McCormick?
Freehold, New Jersey.
Where?
Freehold, New Jersey.
Freehold, New Jersey.
Out in the street.
Glad to have you with us, Mr. McCormick. So
Thank you,
happy
Jack.
you got a bid via Libby Label. What's
Hard
the
work,
product
pal.
you use mostly in your home, Mr. McCormick?
Libby's.
That's right. Goodbye now. We'll see you later. Thanks again, Mr. McCormick. Let's get on now with our... Let's get on with our selling once again. And now you folks at home, come on in with us this time. Get those phone calls rolling. This time we are selling a lovely JB watch band and a $150 money order that is good at any jewelry store. Thank you very much, Rebel. There's the money order. Good at any jewelry store worth $150. You folks at home may bid too. Incidentally, so far the folks at home have bought 2 items, and we've only sold 1 in the crowd. So come on, give me a bid to start. 50, got it now 100. At $50 now 100, at 50 labels 100. Will you give me 100? I got it now 100 and a half. At 100 and a half? 100 and a half. Yes, she's got it back in Baltimore. Good enough. Baltimore's in the swim now. Now 200. 200, I got it now and a half. At 200 now and a half. 5 right down there. I have 500 there. At 500 now, 5 and a half, will you? At 500, 5 and a half. You all down to 500? 5 and a half, anybody?
Okay, 1,500.
600, I got it. Now 7. Well, 6 and a half then. Are you all done? 600 labels? Where, do you have it? 600 now and a half. Are you all done? Where was the 600 here? 650 right here, now 7. At 650, now 7. She has it. 650, 75, now 7. 675, 7, I got it. And sold to the man right down there, providing. Now, you had this once before, but New York beats you out. Let's see if you're lucky this time. Let's check our phone. Your bid is 700. 700 is what the man has bid for the $150 money order and the JB watch band. New York, what is your highest bid?
$17.50.
A man's beat again. $17.50. Boston, your highest.
1,500.
That's getting close, isn't it, huh? Philadelphia,
800.
800. Baltimore,
1,500.
1,500. That's close, too. Washington.
I also have 1,500, Jack.
You had 1,500, too. The man or woman in New York got it. What's the name, please?
Mr. Henry Binder,
where is it?
930 Grand Concourse, Bronx.
Fine. Does Mr. What was his name again now?
Henry Binder.
Henry Binder. Does Mr. Does Mr. Binder, does he have his labels there at home? Please check.
He's checking.
Because he has to have his labels there because we have a bonded representative that knocks right on his door, see, and asks
She's
him that.
checking.
She's checking, huh? Find out if he does that because that's all important, of course.
Let's see.
He does, huh?
He does.
Okay,
He has
fine. Then we'll go on out there and get them from him in just one moment. Coming up, another call now. Still another call. This time, Rebel Randall. Whom
Yes.
did you choose?
We're all ready with Mrs. Ida Morano of 271 Oakland Avenue, Staten Island, New York.
Now, Mrs. Morano is the one who wrote the poem, isn't she?
That's exactly right.
I've got to read this poem. It's kind of cute. She says, Dear Jack, enjoy your show, enjoy your foods. Entering your contest, got nothing to lose. Oh, okay, hello, Mrs. Morano. How are you tonight? You watching your screen now? Oh, that's good. Okay, Mrs. Morano. I'm going to play once again my mystery chant. You've heard it, haven't you? You've got an answer, I suppose, already fixed in your mind, haven't you? Well, if it's correct, of course, you win the 1949 Chrysler four-door sedan. Set to try? Okay, Mrs. Morano, here's our mystery chant.
At 20 to the 5, 20 to the 5, 21. Now 21, I got it out 2. Now 2, now 3, now 4. Now 4, now 5. 5, I got it and sold.
There it is. There it is. What do you say, Mrs. Morano? 100 and what? 116? Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry, Mrs. Morano. That wasn't right. But at any rate, accept with the compliments of Libby, if you will, please, this full case that will be on its way right tonight to your home and to your family's table of some wonderful Libby's fruit cocktails. Think you'll enjoy them. Bye now. And now, don't forget, folks, You too can enter that contest and get your name in the fishbowl, and we may draw it out. All in the world you have to do is send us a penny postcard. On it, put your name, your address, the local television station's call letters, and your telephone number. Send it to Libby Auction-Aire, in care of the American Broadcasting Company, New York City, New York. We're on our way now with still another auction, and this time, this one is for you folks at home. That's all, just you folks at home. Here's something that I think you're going to go for, too. We'll let Glenn Riggs talk about it.
Yes, Muntz Television, with the amazing one-knob picture control and the mammoth 16-inch picture tube. Just select your station, and there's your sound and picture, instantly, perfectly, automatically. Muntz also has the built-in aerial, so no antenna is necessary in most areas. It's really the last word in television, and it's worth $350.
It's worth $350. Now remember, you folks at home are in on this. This is for you only. Get on your phone now. Call your correct number. It's the Muntz television receiver. And incidentally, I saw the World Series game this afternoon on that Muntz television receiver, and I must say the Yanks never looked better. So give us a bid to start at how much, anybody? 2,000. Where is that 1,000 bid from? From Boston. We had a 1,500 label bid from New York. Well, the 2,000 bid, however, was from Boston.
2,100.
2,100 from New York.
25,008.
Play it along, girls. What do you have?
3,008.
3,008 Libby
5,000,
labels
Jack.
from Washington, D.C. All right, then. And what do you have back in New York?
2,900.
2,900. What do you have over here again?
5,000, Jack.
5,000. Be sure and check as you go and make certain they have those Libby labels in their home.
6,000.
If they have 5,000 there, they must not have a family, because you couldn't have a house big enough for that.
6,000.
1,000. 6,000 over there in New York. I
7,500.
have 6,000 in New York, and I've got to sell pretty soon. What do you have?
11,100.
11,100 Libby labels from Baltimore.
12,500.
Can you imagine? Now, incidentally, so you'll understand this, folks, each and every one of these
8,000.
calls, if they are the highest bidder, they are verified. They must have the labels, or else they will not get the item that we're selling, which in this case, the television set.
12,500.
12,500.
15,000.
All right, raise it if you can.
15,000.
Raise it. What did you have in Boston?
12,500.
12,500 I have. Hurry now, because I've got to
20,000.
sell it.
1,500.
20,000.
1,500.
1,500, we're going backwards. All right, I've sold it. Now, check your phone calls.
20,000.
Check your phone calls. I'll ask for you as I go along. New York,
20,000.
hold that bidder. I want to get a picture of him. 20,000. What's Boston?
7,500.
7,500. What's Philadelphia?
1,500.
1,500. What's in Baltimore? 11,100. Washington.
I also have 20, Jack.
You have 20 also? All right, I'll give you 10 seconds to raise the bid. You both got your parties on the phone.
5,000, Jack.
25,000 says Washington. What does New York say? Hurry, 10 seconds. You got 5 seconds left. Raise the bid in New York if you can.
20,000.
15,000.
Hurry up, I'll give you the chance.
28,000.
I sold it to Washington, and that last bid was how much? That last bid was 25,000. Last bid was 25,000. Give me the name. The name is Mrs. Jones. Where's the address, please? In Washington. I want the address. I must have the address. If they won't give the address, we'll sell to New York. We must have the actual address, because this has to be bona fide. There can be no fooling. You must have your label.
Jack, they're contacting me again. Hold on just a moment. They're trying to contact
Well, I haven't got time. You go ahead. You contact them. For the moment it's sold in Washington,
Jack.
take the telephone number and the name. Boston is too late. Of New York, because that was the next to highest bid. Hold it now for the moment. Hold it, get the name and the number, and we'll go on from there. Contact as soon as you can Washington. Find out that address. If not, we will go back then, of course, to our other one. All right, still selling at auction now. This one is for both you folks here and the folks at home watching their television sets. Folks, guess what we're going to sell? I have 2 tickets to the 5th game of the World Series. And you can buy them at auction by Libby Labels. Now you start the bidding. It's where we wind up, not where we start, that counts. 2 tickets. 5 tickets. All right, honey. Where are you from? You've been bidding 5 tickets all night long. Come on up here. Have you got 5 tickets in your hand? Would you like to see the World Series? You come on up. I've sold them. Come here. What's your name? Come on over here now so we can get this thing understood right. What's your name?
My name is Jenny Cleverness. I didn't know that you have to save the tickets from a long time ago. I just took the tickets from today.
So you just got
yes,
5?
Yes, 5.
All right. Have you ever seen a World Series game in your life, Jenny?
No, I didn't, but I'll give it to my son, and he was dying to see it.
I bet he is. How old is your boy?
He's 32.
I got well, now wait a minute. My ma's got a boy about that age. That's right, and that's not all.
He's got 2 children.
What is that?
He's a married man.
He is, and he's got 2 children?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I got a boy 3 years old, you know.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, sure. Okay, well, I'll tell you what now, Jenny. Rebel, come over here, please, and count these labels. I want count these labels now, Rebel. 1.
Uno,
Dos.
tres, cuatro, cinco.
Is that 5?
That's exactly
Okay, you got the World Series tickets. You
Yeah,
come
very
right on up after the game, and I'll give them to you. Thank you. There she goes. Now you folks go home. You wouldn't blame me for that, would you? All right, now, let's get along with one more call. We've got
We have
time.
Mrs. Gilmartin standing by, Jack. Hello? Hello?
This is Mrs. Martin. Where does she live?
She's just liable to faint.
Yeah. Where does she live?
East Lynn, Massachusetts. She's here, Jack. Hold on.
East Lynn, Massachusetts. Hello, Miss Martin. How you doing? Did you see the lady just on there a minute ago? Did you see her? Didn't she have a cute fuzz on the top of her hat there? Yeah. Okay. Well, so now, Mrs. Martin, here is our Libby chant, our mystery chant. Add it up if you can. Add it quickly. And tell me its answer for the 1949 Chrysler sedan.
At 20 to the 5, the 5, the 5, 20 to the 5, 21. Now 21, I got it out 2. Now 2, now 3, now 4. Now 4, now 5. 5, I got it and sold.
What's your answer, Mrs. Martin? Hurry, Mrs. Martin. What is your answer, Mrs. Martin? I can only wait 3 seconds more. What did you say? 92. I'm sorry, Mrs. Martin, that's not right, but a case of Libby products to you in the morning, and thank you very much. Don't forget to put your name and address on a postcard and send it to, along with your telephone number and the address of your, or not the address, but the call numbers of your local television station. Send it to the American Broadcasting Company in care of Libby Auction-Aire. And now, folks, while you viewers at home and you here in the studio audience are checking your Libby label balance, here is a song of interest to you.
When you go to the store, turn in Libby's direction. Look to Libby's for perfection. Twice rich tomato juice is the selection. Look to Libby's for perfection. Twice rich tomato juice, take my tip, is rich in vitamins and tasty zip. And when you drink it, you'll want some more. So I say again, as I said before, twice rich tomato juice is the selection. Look to Libby's, Libby's for perfection.
Oh, that's good enough. Well, now, folks, don't forget that next week, same time, same station, another edition of the Libby Auction-Aire. And at that time, incidentally, you're going to have a chance to buy with your Libby labels a Kelvinator refrigerator, a set of Gorham sterling silver, a Tappan gas range, and a pony for the kitty in your home, and many, many other wonderful things. Glenn Riggs.
Yeah, that's right, Jack. But if you're in New York or vicinity and would like to attend this program in person, write for tickets to Auction-Aire, ABC, New York. Please be sure to say in your letter how many labels you have. And if you want to have an opportunity to total up our mystery chant and perhaps win this Chrysler car, just send a postcard to Auction-Aire, ABC, New York, giving us your name, address, and telephone number. Employees of the sponsor, their advertising agency, this network, or their families are not eligible to bid or win merchandise on this program.
But of course, everybody...
20 to the 5, the 5, the 5, 20 to the 5, will you do it?
Listen to the Libby word of cheer.
At 20 to the 5, the 5, the 5, 20 to the 5, we'll hear it.
Watch that man with the gavel in his hand.